And I'm here once again by myself at the Predator World 10 Ball Championships. I try to hit a Pinozo. I think he's in town. I'm not entirely sure, although Mika said they were going out for drinks last night. Um, yeah, it's day two, and it's not only day two, but teams are here. And let me tell you, this place is absolutely packed. I'm going to try to swing the camera around at some point throughout the day because we're going to be live a few times. We got an interview lined up at 6 o'clock Vegas time with Karim, CEO of Predator Products, Predator Group. Lots to talk about, including the pro event, how the bar tables are doing, and yeah, just a few other things to go and discuss that are going to be on the deck. Um, World 10 Ball Championship is already in full swing. Lots of big upsets yesterday. I went through some of the matches, but I couldn't believe some of the guys that ended up going out, and there's more that are just continuing to fall. So let's just run down a few of those first round matchups. I had a bit of a clip yesterday talking about just some of the names that were falling. David Wichter losing to Alex. Yulong Chang loses to Eric Holverson. I'm just scrolling through here. Roberto and Levan, that one was a little bit more even for me. It could have gone either way, but yeah, Roberto, gets the worst end of it. On to the one loss side, he is Justin Martin, another player that went down. John Moore loses to Oscar Dominguez. Listen, I watched the last like third of that match and maybe the first maybe like four racks, and yeah, it was pretty surprising, man. Listen, Oscar's my boy. Lord knows I got a lot of love for him, but he was playing just phenomenally. Really did not press the entire match. Kind of kept John, not just in his seat, but even whenever he was up at the table, it was a lot of tough positions for him. One of the other upsets that I guess you can call it that because John's gotten the better of him over the last few months. So Max Eberly takes down Danny Olson, and I'm just scrolling through here. Oliver Solnaki takes down Robbie Capito. And this is what you're going to have when you have, all the best players in the world, or at least the majority of them, here competing. Only notable name that I don't see is maybe like Jason, and I'm not entirely sure why he's not here. I heard it was a little personal. I don't think there was some speculation whether it was the tables, and Lord knows he didn't have the best of opinions last year's about him. But I'll tell you what, and I'm not just saying this because we're going to have Krim on later. I spoke with a lot of the players, and I've been speaking with a lot of the players, and even players that weren't here. Notably, my buddy Ryan Su, and Ryan's a strong Taiwanese player. He was here a few years ago and got final 16 of the U.S. Open. So just to give you an idea of like what his, what his ceiling is like. Gets final 16 of the U.S. Open, traveled around the country for maybe a couple months after that, and then went back to Taiwan. Then the pandemic hit. We really haven't seen Ryan in years. He took down Aloysius Yap in another upset in the first round of the World 10 Ball Championships. But when he was saying that, he was so apprehensive to come over here. And part of that reason why was because of the tables. And he says, Mike, I can still make the ball. He said, but if you don't know where it's going, then, there's no point. In a nutshell, right? I'm paraphrasing here. But he was like, I was really surprised at how well everything's playing. Because of what the feedback that he heard from other Taiwanese players. Like I said, he was a little about it. And we're going to talk about things like that with Karim this afternoon. I'm really looking forward to it. There's some delays, and in the link here, I put the bracket on there. So for those of you guys that were griping on YouTube, my apologies for yesterday. I was just babbling on and trying to get things up and running as soon as I can. Round two matches are going on with the one loss side. And surprisingly, I'm just taking a look here. And to give you guys a heads up here, the reason why some of these 9 a.m. matches haven't started is because there was a whole left side of the section of pro tables that weren't able to be played because of the rain. They were all covered up. So they basically lost, I want to say, four, maybe four, maybe like 8 or 9 tables is what they lost altogether. So for the first part, so a big chunk, especially as it's the beginning part of the tournament. But a few other matches were going on. But biggest loss of the tournament and biggest surprise, as a matter of fact, is David Alcady goes 2-0, loses to Corey Deuel in the one loss side, and then of course he lost on the TV table yesterday. Real surprise there, but Corey moves on. I tell you what, like if I'm handicapping it, I'm at least giving Corey like 2 to 3 going to 8, especially with David and the way that David's been playing. I didn't get to watch any of the match. By the time I got here, I think it was already 4-6 Corey, and then I came over here and set right up. So But again, more matches are going on. You got Blaine Barkus, Tyler Steyer on the World Beer TV YouTube channel right now. They're tied up at 5 games apiece. I did watch the end of the Tyler match when he was playing the Japanese gentleman. It was kind of it was a little sick the way that it ended at Hill Hill. Tyler gets hooked, gets out of line, almost comes with a good shot, leaves it in the jaws, and then at the end, the guy got a little bit of a roll, leaving one up behind him. At the end, Tyler ended up just raking the balls with 4 left. But he's still in it. He's got to beat Blaine. Two Americans who are looking to make some waves. More of these 9 a.m. matches are going on as well. Big shout out to all of our sponsors who are help putting on this event: Cybirds, Jameson Daniels, Mob Beards, IQ, JB Cases, How Tips, Moonlight and Billiards, Q-Tech, Handshoe, Hard Times, 1PKT, and Town. Um, the one loss side is going to continue to go on. The winner side does not start up until I believe 4 p.m. and there's some great matchups going on through there as well. FSR against Abdullah Al Shamiri, Lee Van Corteza against Ralph Suke. Ryan Sue, man, the guy who I think can make some waves. Honest to God, I do, man. Beating Aloysius Yap, I think he's got all the ability in the world now, and is certainly going to have some confidence. He's facing Mark Biesterbosch. Let's see here. Dennis Grabe takes on Evan Lunda. Evan got a bye basically the first round because Stephen Holm out of Canada forfeited. So yeah, we're going to see how Evan's hitting him. He does pretty good in the Pro Billiard Series, but Dennis is playing pretty amazing as well. Thorsten Holman against Eric Horton. Kachi against Babika. That's actually going to be a really good matchup. Two guys who know each other real well from Euro Tours. Give me Clenny. I'll probably lay two. I like him to go deep in this event, and he's got the ability to really make some waves. Just scrolling through you guys of some more marquee matchups on the winner side. Two Polish players are going to be matching up, Snagaki and Wojciech. That's going to be pretty big. We've seen already an upset with Victor going down. Are we going to see the defending champion go down? I think we might, man. Paguline takes on Gerson. Listen, I got a chance to interview Alex yesterday, and um, every time I interview him, he comes out with more gems of his personality. You know, never has to try to be something that he isn't. Everything that he says is always really, really sincere. I thoroughly enjoy interviewing Alex, and he basically he got his breakdown and he executed. Victor was the favorite going into that, and he knew that he gave the kid all the respect in the world. But at the end, Alex just found a way to do Alex things, and it's pretty special. I love stories in pool. I love stories in all sports for that matter, and I would love to see Alex make a deep run. Even Mika for that matter that I talked to yesterday. To see that another world championship run, kind of take me back to a few years when I first started watching pool. So we'll see. Filler takes on Shane Wolford. Hey man, I know Filler can be intimidating, but I saw Shane play a little bit. He was playing pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Filler's gonna be a few game favorite against them, and rightfully so. It's Josh. Josh looked like he had a lot of confidence when I spoke to him yesterday. His game seemed to be progressing, uh, like to his standard, right? Because we all know he should be around that 1 to 3 range in the world. He hasn't been as sharp lately, but it looks like he's starting to get back to that form. So we'll see. Um, I'm continuing to scroll on through here. You got, let's see, Alex Montpellier against Alex Kazakis. That's going to be a good matchup. Federer against Yoshihiro. That Federer interview that I did yesterday was probably one of the best experiences of my life. I'm not going to lie. Um, it was perfect timing, and the irony and all that, which didn't get caught on camera, was that a few minutes earlier I was speaking to that referee, and he was telling me, and a real witty guy, super funny. I didn't catch his name, but he was basically telling me how he pays attention to every break. And I said, well, what do you mean? He said, well, if it's going to the corner, I know I got to change something. If it's going high, it's okay. We really want to get it to squat in the middle. That's what we're hoping to do, where you rack the balls, the 10 ball, that is. And but you can really see the sincerity when you were speaking to him, right? Because there's some guys where you talk to them and they're just going through the motions. That they are just annoyed at life in general for being there and having to rack balls for pros, right? But that guy sincerely had a good attitude, and it was funny because I know when I'm recording Federer, I know he's to my left, right? Because I just got through talking to him, and when Federer said that, it was just the funniest thing in the world when I heard him crack. So, but Federer, hey, listen, he's going to be in it to win it for the remainder of the event. I like him going deep. I like his bracket. Ironically enough, I do. He's got Oscar. If Oscar can beat his next matchup, they'll be playing each other next. So two guys who are really good friends. They know each other real well. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Max Lechner against Vitaly Pachuta. Vitaly is a guy who I really don't know where to peg his game at. To be honest with you, I know he had a win in the in the Texas Open, and he's had a couple like decent wins against name players, but I'm not. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not sold on him just yet. Obviously, I know who his running mate is, and the class that Federer is, and you can see that he's got moments like that. Whether or not he'll be able to have consistency remains to be seen. As much as you can have consistency out here with these racks and the way that they're breaking the balls, he had a little bit of run in the alpha. Um, Definitely give him credit there, but I want to see more, and you're gonna really be able to see kind of where you're at if you're facing Max. Max steamrolled rolling yesterday on the TV table. I think it was the second TV table through Wellberry TV. So we'll see how that match goes. I'm going to take Max. Jeffrey DeLuna against Mika Immonen. And, you know, Mika looked strong. I'm not going to lie, man. Mika looked hungry. Mika looked motivated. His break was really well. And his execution, for that matter, was just like top shelf. I mean, I'm watching a lot of guys, and not too many guys were really struggling for that matter, but there was a few guys that were just hitting them a little more crisp than others, and Mika was definitely in that class. Finishing up here on the winner side, you got Albin Ocean against Moritz Neuhausen. Moritz is an up and coming junior player from Germany, and the kid is just playing. I mean, jam up pool right now. There's no other way to put it. He beats Billy Thorpe in the first round as well. I don't think that's an upset for my money. If you never heard of the kid, then of course you're going to see that you're going to say that, hey, that's quite an upset. But I've watched Moritz play over the last few months, and that kid is the real deal. He's got the ability to start standing on his own, from his country, from Team Europe. But you gotta continue to do that, and it's going to be that much harder because they are so deep. Big matchup with Albin, really, really an opportunity to kind of put your name more on the map than what it already is. Chris Reinhold against Oliver Solnacki. Oliver's just playing great, man. I got no other way to put it. The guy is not the most exciting player on earth to watch. I'm not gonna lie, but he doesn't make any mistakes. He stays his mental game is really tough. He stays pretty even keeled. He doesn't rumble one way or the other. Uh, I kind of I Chris has got a lot of confidence right now as well. I think this format suits him a little better because of the uncertainty of the racks. But give me Oliver all day long, I feel like. Cheng Jun Lin against Francisco Candela and Max Eberly against Mario He. Uh, Max Max may surprise some people, and Lord knows I'm a big Mario fan. I just don't know if he can overcome the panda, but I think he's got a real chance at making it competitive, maybe halfway through. We'll see. I'd probably still take Mario, and probably lay a few for that matter. So maybe like 2 or 3 games. Let me know in the chat what you guys thought of how things were going back home, from the couch view. Uh, this room to my left is completely packed, full of people, their vendors, the crowds, the atmosphere. We're really excited. Like I said, later on today, we're going to have more updates. I'm going to be posting a lot more stuff on Windows Open, getting more player interviews on the fly. I came over here a little late, and so I was kind of scrambling a bit. But I'm having a good time, and I'm definitely glad that I stuck around. So if there's anything you guys would like to see, let me know. Shoot me a message, and we'll try to get it. So, Karim, 6 o'clock Vegas time, so about half hours. Again, as long as nothing changes, then that'll be the schedule that we're going to have. And then tomorrow we got Emily Frazier of Matchroom Pool, I believe. I still got to confirm the time though, but if I do it, it'll probably be around 8:30 Vegas time, 10:30 Central, 11:30 on the East Coast. So I still got to confirm the time with the Matchroom Media gentleman, Matt Lynch, who Matt's amazing, always helps me out quite a bit. And a lot of things to talk about with her, from the announcement that the rankings are going based off of a 1 year to the Oceania tour they got going on that they just announced as well. More prize money is being added. Obviously, them distancing themselves from the WPA, and there are WPA representatives that are here, and we're hoping to get them on, not at the same time, but just in general. So, yeah, there's just a ton to talk about, man, and I'm gonna do my best to kind of make it as fun and exciting as we can to bring it to you guys. So, Worldberry TV for the YouTube channel, Kazoom for the pay-per-view. So I appreciate all you guys who have tuned in, listen to me ramble for 15 minutes. I'm gonna see what trouble I can get into, and yeah, we'll catch up with you guys later, man. Thanks a lot, guys.